Hello and welcome, my name is Aaron. Today I'm watching a music video for 20 by KickFlip, which I'm very excited for because I have found them to be one of the more recent groups that I like a lot musically. So I really hope the way the sound has been developing continues. And I already find it really interesting just from this. This is the first frame of the video I would like to add. I have the English subtitles on, as I always do. And the fact that that is subtitled is very interesting because that's not something that's done often. This is very intentional that they subtitled what I'm assuming is on the letter. So let's just get right into it because I am very curious. It's very interesting. Wow. It immediately sounds like what I hoped it would sound like because, so I listened to all of the songs. I listened to all of the songs and I wrote reviews for all 3 of the mini albums. So I have I took a deep look into their sound, into their discography, and the development is very clear to me after doing that. And just from these 10 seconds, this very much sounds like a further evolution of what they have already been doing, which is kind of like what you want, I would say. And the story of the music video is very interesting to me. But okay, let's keep going. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh. This is so cute. This is so cute. I think that's very much a thing that I keep coming back to with KickFlip. I've reacted to 2 of the other music videos, and something about the music videos is just cute. It's not the traditional cute that... How do I explain this? I think I can't. It's just a specific type of cute that's more connected to a feeling rather than a visual. Does that make any sense? I don't think I can phrase it any other way. I am curious to what led to the letter in the first place. I don't know if I'm missing context in that regard or if we're gonna get that later. There's also an interesting quality to this where a lot, or rather the past 2 music videos I watched, which were Band-Aid and My First Love Song, they were very colorful. This one is much more muted, but maybe that's just a start, so let's keep going. They didn't get far. Sorry, why is it just 2 of them? Why did they split up? If you're lost in the wild and you don't know where you are, you should stay where you are and you should stay together. Though, to be fair, if 2 of them make it back to civilization, they can call help for the other 4, so that is definitely a thing. Just from... I can usually tell if I like a song by the chorus or not, because the chorus is the thing that repeats, so if I don't like the chorus, it's unlikely I will like the song. For this chorus, I feel like I might have to listen to it a little bit more, but it might grow on me over time, because their sound is just very particular at this point. It's very secure in its identity, which I'm going to very carefully say, and I'm absolutely not aware of what every group right now is doing, but I feel like with KickFlip specifically, they have found a song that's very... They found... What's the word? They found a sound that is very flexible in and of itself while just maintaining a base layer of identity, which is the more punk rock sound, maybe? I'm very bad with music genres, so bear with me. But they've managed to do that, combine it with K-pop, and stay on top of it while also continuously making new songs. And that is very impressive because in my personal awareness of other groups currently active, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm very out of the loop with 5th gen, I just don't think I'm just not aware of another group that has managed to stabilize like that sonically. So this is extremely interesting in that context, but my comparison, my knowledge of comparison to this is very, very low, so I might just also be plainly wrong, and other groups that have found their sonic identity and built upon it just don't have a sonic identity I like, and that is completely possible. So regardless, I feel like I've talked myself into a corner. Let's continue. I like the distorted vocals. Obligatory skate park scene. I feel like what's incredible about this is that it actually fits really well as a continuation of Band-Aid and My First Love Song, which also doesn't happen a lot, that the music videos actually continue a storyline. I think the only group I can actually like come up with right now is Dreamcatcher, because they usually did their trilogies. So some music videos were connected there. I'm trying to come up with another group and I can't. At least not this clearly. So this is very nice. I really like this beach scene. However, I do kind of wish they would have done it in a little bit more light. This is past sundown, that's the thing. That's why it's so dark, and I kind of wish they would have done it before sundown. However, considering that we see the light back there towards the ocean, it could also just simply be that when the sun was up, there was too much light, so you couldn't really see the members. On the other hand, this past sundown lighting is also very in line with the concept, I would say. A lot of the music video is quite dark, which is interesting. The 2 previous music videos were they also had darker scenes, but they were mostly very bright and focused on color. And I feel like this dimming is on one hand kind of fitting as some form of symbolism, considering the past 2 music videos had a lot of scenes in a school setting. And this is very much not a school setting anymore. I did read somewhere that this song was more of like a transition into growing up. So in that regard, I do feel like the missing color on one hand is just a consequence of the sets, because the skate park is very gray. The previous skate park we have seen was indoors and it was quite bright still. Here it's very gray, and a lot of the scenes are at night, and otherwise they might be desaturated in post, but I'm not sure. My brain is just telling me that the colors should be more saturated, and they aren't. So that's my assumption in that. What was I trying to get at? The desaturation does kind of fit with the concept of growing up, which I disagree with, personally. Regardless, it still looks good, so let's keep going. I like the low quality shots. Oh, the water's making a comeback. Whale shark. I thought it was over. There's the light I was waiting for. This is fascinating. I do kind of wish you would have had more of brighter scenes in this, but this also kind of makes sense. It's a little bit like coming out of the darkest night, which makes sense because growing up is scary. I do think I really like the 20 I'm fine lyrics. That feels like a good thing to internalize, I guess. I find the decision how they did the low quality shots very interesting because I can't really tell what they were going for. It vaguely looks like actual like film rolls, but not quite. It's like the aesthetic of it without actually being film rolls. So in that sense, I'm guessing it's like an overlaid filter over actual footage they took. In that regard, I don't know, it's a weird decision. I'm gonna bring this up just because it's in my head. There's a Thai co-ed group that's called Alters. They made their debut with the song Giggle Wiggle, and this music video actually kind of reminds me of their music video in the sense that the concept is somewhat similar, even though it is very different. And they also did like these low quality film shots, but they managed to do it in a way that looked more natural, I guess. I feel like that's the best way I can put it. This kind of feels very filtered, while in the Giggle Wiggle music video, it fit in more naturally. I think the idea of it is solid here, just the execution is not at 100%, and there would have been other ways they could have done this. I'm not fully familiar with alt picture media, I'm just gonna call it, but I feel like there would have been some other ways they could have done it that would have come more naturally and fit in a little bit more naturally. Like even just an old phone cam might have been enough. But that's just my opinion. Let's keep going. Oh, that's unexpected. But whale shark. And then I'm guessing we get credits. Oh, that's interesting. These are some nice scenes they didn't use. Okay. So, another kickflip song that makes it onto my playlist. No one is surprised, because I'm kind of obsessed, to be honest. They might actually be my favorite boy group right now that I think about it. Because even though BTS is having a comeback soon, Stray Kids songs have been hit or miss for me, and kickflip songs just have been hits. So honestly, there's no reason to not say that they are my favorite boy group, I guess. So I guess that's a thing now. This is fascinating. I really like the concept. I crave colorful, bright music videos, okay? So, and that's what I'm used to from kickflip. So there's just like a little bit of dissonance, I guess, in that way. This was really nice. I like this a lot. I'm definitely gonna tune into their comeback, and I'm guessing I will have a lot of thoughts about the new songs. I'm just gonna preemptively say I'm probably gonna write a review for it, and if they release another music video, I will also react to that. Besides that, as said, I have already done reactions to the Band Aid music video, to the My First Love Song music video, and I also did a reaction to the Band Aid choreo, I think. I did a reaction to one of the choreos, and I'm not sure which one it was. I will link it everywhere. I also wrote reviews for the 3 first mini-albums. If I could interest you in those, they will be linked below. And if you would like to see more reactions from me, you could consider subscribing. Then you see when new stuff comes out. Isn't that great? Besides that, thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves, drink tea, have a very nice day. And with this, I release in the Death of the Universe once again. See ya!